सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्तिः। Good morning. బాగా నేర్చుకుంటున్నారా ఇంగ్లీషు? వస్తుందా? వెరీ హ్యాపీ, కాన్ఫిడెంట్? ఎన్ని రోజులు పడుతుంది? How many days more you require? You have to speak from this pulpit. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చి మాట్లాడాలి ఒకళ్ళు తర్వాత ఒకళ్ళు. ఓకే? Are you ready? క్లాస్లో సెమినార్ ఇయటం కాదు. So you will get rid of all fear. You will become like a lion. So in the last prayer meeting, we discussed something about education and what it should give us. The primary objective of education is to empower an individual, right? Sadhikarata. Education should help us to become strong. So the last objective, as Swamiji says, is this: it should help us to stand on our own feet. It should help us get a good job. So today everybody wants a job in service sector. Okay, if you want to become a farmer, you don't need English, do you? Together, most of you hail from agricultural families, I believe. Yes, రైతు కుటుంబాల నుంచి వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు కదా ఎక్కువ మంది. Why you don't want to go for agriculture? Say somebody says that, somebody is a doctor. He says, I'm a doctor. Okay, if somebody becomes an engineer, I'm an engineer. Somebody becomes a liar, and I'm a liar. Somebody becomes a chartered accountant, I'm a chartered accountant. When they say it proudly. But a farmer doesn't say with any sense of pride that I'm a farmer. He doesn't say with any sense of pride. A survey was conducted. What percentage of farmers' children wants to go for farming? Only some 4 or 5% of the people said that we will want to continue with the same profession which my father is doing. Okay, this is the sorry state of affairs in the country. Okay, villages are slowly becoming empty. No young person wants to stay in villages. Everybody is migrating to towns and cities. And who will do agriculture after 10 years or 15 years? Do we need food or not? The next generation of farmers are not there. What the country needs is progressive farmers. Educated people should take to farming. It's an immediate need. And also cattle rearing. Cattle. We all hear about this milk adulteration. Okay, milk. Even villages also, people are purchasing pocket milk. You all know that. Villages also. Yeah, villages where they are supposed to keep cattle and produce milk. People in villages are also purchasing packet milk. From where the milk will come? From departmental store. Milk will come from departmental stores. Farmer has to produce, right? You have to keep cattle. You have to grow cattle. Nobody wants to keep cattle today, nowadays. Why? There's nobody. No young person wants to stay in villages. They say farm hands are not there. Labor shortage. In a country like India with 1.39 billion population, farmers are saying that there is shortage of labor. That's why we don't want to keep cattle. Because they don't want to keep cattle, the soil has become almost barren. Many vast tracts of land in this country, soil depletion has happened to such an extent that we won't be able to sustain the food production. Last year, I think we could produce 314 million tons of food grains in this country. In fact, we had surplus. That's why we could export some wheat to other countries also during this corona. We have surplus production now. But we will not be able to sustain this production in the future. Whatever the progress that we have achieved, whatever the self-sufficiency that we have achieved in food grain production, we have achieved at a phenomenal ecological cost. So much of damage has happened to soil because of use of chemical fertilizers since Green Revolution. ఓకే, 1960లో ఈ హరిత విప్లవం వచ్చిన దగ్గర నుంచి మనము ఫుడ్ గ్రెయిన్ ప్రొడక్షన్ పెంచుకుంటూ వచ్చాం గ్రాడ్యువల్గా. వీ కుడ్, ఓకే, వీ హ్యావ్ అటైన్డ్ సెల్ఫ్ సఫిషియన్సీ. వీ హ్యావ్ టు కంగ్రాచులేట్ అవర్ సెల్స్ ఫర్ ద అచీవ్మెంట్. But we need to understand that we have achieved this, but at a phenomenal cost to ecology and environment. So much of soil depletion has happened. Soil has lost its health. Why farmers, they don't encourage their children to take to farming is the agricultural productivity has come down. Okay, productivity has come down, capital cost has gone up. The output is not actually commensurate with the input. So the capital cost has gone up, it's no more actually remunerative, lucrative. From economic point of view, వ్యవసాయం లాభసాటి అయినటువంటి వృత్తిగా లేదు కాబట్టి వ్యవసాయం చేయడానికి ఇష్టపడట్లేదు, అంతే కదా. ఎందుకు లాభసాటిగా లేకుండా పోయిందంటే ఇన్పుట్ కాస్ట్ హెస్ గాన్ అప్. వాట్ ఆర్ ద కీ ఇన్పుట్స్? అగ్రికల్చర్, సీడ్ అండ్ ఫర్టిలైజర్. ఓకే, farmers use chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers are costly. Earlier we were using, let us say, 1 bag per acre. Now they are using some 5-6 bags, but still the productivity is less only. The yield is less because the soil has, depleted significantly. Soil lo balam ledu bhumilo. Continuous use of chemical fertilizers actually has made soil barren, and that means you will not be able to sustain this food grain production. I think in last prayer meeting I told you, practically we are eating the food of the unborn child. You all might have heard about the Save Soil movement of Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, and this is a very, very important ecological movement because If we don't restore the health of the soil, we will not be able to produce food on the same soil. And the future generations will not be able to produce the same amount of food that we are producing. And also, every year, as you see, the towns are expanding, cities are expanding. A lot of arable and agricultural land is being converted for non-agricultural use, for industrial use, and for other commercial use. That means we have to produce more food on less land. The future, right? పాపులేషన్ పెరుగుతుంది, జనాభా పెరుగుతుంది, అగ్రికల్చర్ ల్యాండ్ తగ్గిపోతుంది. ఎందుకంటే అగ్రికల్చర్ ల్యాండ్ మనం నాన్ అగ్రికల్చర్ యూజ్కి వాడుతున్నాం, ఇండస్ట్రీకి వాడుతున్నాం, వేరే కమర్షియల్ యాక్టివ్ వాడుతున్నాం, అర్బన్ ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ జరుగుతుంది. అంటే ఇంకా తక్కువ ల్యాండ్లో ఇంకెక్కువ ఫుడ్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది భవిష్యత్తులో, జనాభా పెరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి. బై 2045, world population is likely to reach 9 billion. And to produce food for 9 billion people is no joke. Soil has to be in a good condition. So to restore the health of the soil is the immediate need, particularly in a country like India, if you have to have this food security for the future generations. The way we are using soil, okay, it's becoming barren very fast. The next generation also has to grow food on the same soil. What we are going to hand over them is actually a barren soil, a depleted soil. పనికిరాని భూమిని వాళ్ళకి వారసత్వంగా మనం సంక్రమింపజేయబోతున్నాం. ఓకే, మనకి మన ఫోర్ ఫాదర్స్ నుంచి ఎట్లా వచ్చిన భూమిని అట్లనే మనం వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వాలి. అదే హెల్త్ మెయింటైన్ చేసి ఇవ్వాలి. అది ఎప్పుడు సాధ్యమవుతుంది? వెన్ ఇట్ విల్ బికమ్ పాసిబుల్ ఓన్లీ వెన్ యూ కీప్ క్యాటిల్ ఆన్ ద ఫార్మ్. ఓకే, ఆర్గానిక్ ఫర్టిలైజర్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు యూస్. You should not use chemical fertilizer the way we are using. But because of chemical fertilizer use only, soil has become barren, and so we have to substitute with organic fertilizers. Traditionally, we used to do agriculture like that only. Padi, panta antundevadam kada, right? Cattle and crop. So now actually that has gone. We only chemical fertilizers. Okay, in the short term we could achieve this self-sufficiency, but in the long run it turns out to be a disaster. And who will do that? Who will do that? We have to do two things. We have to bring prestige and honor to the calling called farming. అంటే వ్యవసాయం ఒక గౌరవప్రదమైన వృత్తి అవ్వాలి. రెండు, యంగ్ పీపుల్ మస్ట్ గో బ్యాక్ టు విలేజెస్ అండ్ టేక్ టు ఫార్మింగ్. యంగ్ అండ్ ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్ పీపుల్. In the immediate run, actually, in the short run, you will not get much profit, I'm sure. But when you restore the soil back to its normal health, you will be able to get good yields and bumper crops, and agriculture will become lucrative. ఎవరు చేయాలి? మీరు చేయాలి. యంగ్ పీపుల్ కాబట్టి చేయడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉన్నారా? ఈ ప్రాబ్లం తీసుకొని మనం మన భుజాల మీద వేసుకొని సమాజానికి అసలు సహాయం చేస్తామా? దేశానికి అంటున్నా. Everybody wants only government job. One job, 500 people are writing. Everybody expects hopes. I only will get. You are not participating in a competition. You are participating in a lottery. Why all this trouble? Learning language, English. Go to farming. You young people. You are the backbone of the nation. Next generation leru, farmer leru. So 15-20 years down the line, if we continue the way we are continuing, all the people are stuck in towns and villages. No people in the farmers in the villages, and so there will be acute shortage of food. Okay, the society will become chaotic society, and famines also may come. That is the danger. Actually, ecologists and environmentalists are predicting. To prevent that danger, you have to think. As you are all most of you are from agricultural families, I request you to take this problem seriously and think and reflect on that. Try to become a progressive farmer. Try to become a organic, sendriya vyavasayam antunnaru kada ippudu. So natural farmer. If you take to that, you will be doing immense help to the society and the country in which we are. Okay, just think. It's only a suggestion, my suggestion. Okay, thank you. Nice day.